Welcome to another presentation from Ernest ODell. Today's presentation is titled, Is Internet Marketing Oversaturated? The power of the Internet, it puts the world at your fingertips. Now you see ads like this all the time, all over the Internet. You see them hyped up in claims. Combine it with this incredible no BS work from home moneymaker, starting just part-time, and what you have is a potential life-changing residual income machine you'll soon retire off of. In some cases that's true, in other cases that's not. I will be making this available online in the description box below this video, and you'll be able to download this presentation in PDF format if you wish. Do be advised, send the kids out of the room. Parental advisory, there's explicit content in this. This report contains explicit content. If you can't handle stuff like bullshit, hell, crap, damn shit, and a few other words, choice phrases, then you might as well leave this webinar, this replay, this video right now. Okay, now that we've gotten that out of our systems and done the formalities, we can proceed. The only thing standing between you and your goal is the bullshit story you keep telling yourself as to why you can't achieve it. A friend of mine on Facebook, Jack Bastide, has a friend named Jordan Belfort, and I saw this over on another idea, and I thought, this is so apropos. This is why so many people in the internet marketing industry, sales and marketing, you name it, this is why they fail, because they keep telling themselves a bullshit story why you can't achieve your goals. You set your goals up high and you say you can't achieve them, but you can. Set them up ridiculously high so that at least, if nothing else, you can get halfway there. I'm amused at the assumption that a lot of people make about internet marketing and that it's oversaturated. You hear people say that all the time, but they usually don't have a clue what they're talking about. They're talking apples and you're talking oranges. Well, let me explain. The internet is just simply a communications device. A big one, yes, but nothing more than a medium of communications. Not much different than the days of the phone, the fax machine, television, radio, and pagers. Heck, even newspapers and magazines can be considered communications devices, even though they're not all digital. A business card, a flyer, or a brochure is a communications device. The assumption that a lot of people make about the internet is that it's a business, when it's not. Can you run a business on the internet? Sure you can. Just like you can run a business with only a phone, a fax, or a mail drop. You can run a direct marketing business in a variety of ways, but the medium you use is not the business. What you choose to market and sell is your business. How you get your message out to the marketplace is the medium. Is the Empower Network oversaturated? Is Instant Rewards oversaturated? Is Motor Club of America, Mona VZ, and ZSOC, and U.S. Home Workforce, My Cash Freebies, or any other company name you can think of, are they oversaturated? The plain and simple answer is no. The above mentioned names are not oversaturated, nor will they ever be. There are thousands of members in each of these companies, and over time some will shake out because they become complacent in their business and they don't do anything to promote or make it grow. Hell, some people never get off the ground and get started. We call those people bottom feeders, sort of like fishing at the bottom of the dam where you're trying to catch catfish and you end up getting a lot of mullets and carp on your hook. Occasionally you'll get a catfish, but you've got to go through a lot of bottom feeders to get a few catches. The bottom feeders don't market. They don't sell, they don't advertise, they don't blog, they don't listen to daily or weekly calls, nada. They don't attend the training webinars, they don't attend the mastermind sessions. Hell, they don't even watch the webinar replays after they're uploaded to YouTube. Without effort, there are no results. Without pulling the trigger, there's no energy exerted. Without pulling back on the bow and releasing it, the arrow will not reach its target. If you don't hunt, you don't eat. You go hungry. It's like planting a garden and then not watering and fertilizing. There will be no harvest because the seed might sprout, but it'll die from the heat and lack of water and care. A business is no different, and frankly, some people are just not cut out to run a business. They have to be educated first. It really is less than amusing to see YouTube videos popping up with people saying that this and that business opportunity is saturated, or worse, it's a scam or a pyramid. Let me tell you something, folks. Most people say shit like that. They wouldn't know a scam or a pyramid if it hit them in the crack of their ass. I would surmise that over 99% of people who chant the saturation mantra don't even know what that means. Too many people get involved in something, and before they give it a chance to gain any momentum, they're off on some new shiny object because they were easily distracted. And they do this over and over and over. No wonder they're never a success. They never gave their new venture enough time and due diligence to see if it was workable. Hell, they never really did their due diligence. I get emails all the time from people asking me if this or that biz op is a scam or a pyramid, or if it's oversaturated, and I tell them I don't know. They need to do their own due diligence. Now, I appreciate it that people trust me enough to consult with me about a variety of issues, but the final decision is theirs, and it's yours. They have to do their own homework, and so do you. I won't do it for them, and I won't do it for you. I'm not in the warning business. I'm in the business of educating my team and clients to become profitable. People just want to know if they're going to be successful if they join some venture. I tell them you won't know until you give it a shot. You've got to pull your own triggers. You've got to kill your own game to eat. You don't look at another man's camp. Don't look to eat another man's camp if you haven't put forth the effort to track down your dinner and hunt it. Okay? If you don't put the tools to work, you'll never know if your new business will work or not, if you don't give it a try and follow the instructions. Here's the deal. As of this writing, the companies named previously have anywhere from 10,000 to 128,000 members, give or take a few thousand here and there. It all depends on how long some of them have been in their networks before you start seeing the bottom feeders shake out, because one, either they don't work their business, or two, they don't take the time to learn the business. As I've said many times before, some people have absolutely no business being in business. They just need to go back to that job they love to hate. Most people are not educated by the schools to be self-employed or to be entrepreneurs. They're given just enough education to make them employable, educated drones who will fill the workforce and work for a little more than minimum wage, just enough to get by. Most companies will only pay them enough to keep them from quitting and going somewhere else, and most workers will do just enough to keep their average lazy ass from getting fired. There are over 200 million internet users in the United States alone, and thousands of newbies come online each and every day. A new user goes out and buys a computer or is given one as a gift, and immediately they think they're going to jump onto the internet and become a gazillionaire overnight. It doesn't work that way, folks. And there's always a huckster out there on the internet who will feed that delusion for them and rope-a-dope them into a scam or a pyramid. Do scams and pyramids exist on the internet? You betcha they do. Con artists of all stripes are just waiting for you to take the bait they've set for you. It's your job to sift the wheat from the chaff and do your homework, not mine or anyone else's. Facebook alone has over 1 billion users globally. Whether they are all active or not is not the question, and whether some of those users are multiple identities doesn't matter either. Twitter has over 200 million users around the world, and yet you can spot the con artist when you see them, if you know what to look for. I live out west of Lubbock, Texas, which is a small city compared to some others, with a population of around 236,065 at the last census. Even the population of Lubbock is almost double the current member count of Empower Network and 13 times larger than the Instant Rewards group on Facebook. But I can tell you that, most likely, less than 1 to 3% of the total members are actively working their business. Even the once touted 10,000 plus members of another well-known CPA network has moved on to brighter and shinier objects because they never got started to begin with. So when I hear someone call themselves an experienced marketer and say that a business entity, any business entity, you fill in the blank, is saturated with only 128,000 people, they have a problem with reality, and they also have a problem with math. Go figure the odds. Even a Ponzi scheme doesn't saturate before they fall apart. Look at the lottery. Only a handful of lucky winners out of millions of ticket buyers win anything. The odds are against you if you buy a lottery ticket or if you knowingly get involved in a scam. But if you get involved with a truly legitimate business opportunity, you can make all the money you wish. You just have to learn how to stand head and shoulders above everybody else in the industry. Getting sales in a competitive market. One of the things I do every day is create something in the way of marketing assets that makes me stand out head and shoulders above everybody else. It's like standing in a crowded airport terminal and hollering, "Hey!" You've got to create more noise than the noise around you because people have become accustomed to it. They've become numb to all the noise around them. And if you don't do something to break through the alpha waves, you're not going to get their attention. The same thing could be said about standing in the middle of a Walmart store. And you're looking for something. You stand in the aisle long enough hollering, "Hey, where's the toilet paper?" You're going to find a lot of people running to help you, including the store manager. Almost got 86'd out of a store in Marble Falls, Texas for doing this, but that's another story. Now think about it for a minute and let that scenario sink in. One of the key things to create success above everybody else in any direct sales or affiliate marketing business comes down to one thing. And that's simply doing what 99% of the other marketers won't do, and not doing what the others are doing. For example, most marketers won't get off their ass and pull the trigger on their business and even get started. You've got to be different. You've got to get up each day, shuffle the 30 paces to your office while you're still in your pajamas, and you've got to do some work. You've got to put out some creative effort to make your business grow. It's sort of like pulling weeds in your garden. If you don't, the weeds will choke out the tomatoes and you won't have a harvest. You've got to get off your ass and go to work. Another thing you need to do is quit doing what everybody else is doing. Too many people are being told to use Craigslist, use Craigslist, use Craigslist. Well, yeah, if you want a lot of bottom feeders, tire kickers, and time wasters, Craigslist can, yes, make you some money when used properly. It can be a good source for leads, but don't put all your eggs in one basket when it comes to advertising. I've said it over and over. Craigslist is not the only game in town. If you get flagged and slapped, don't get hung up on it. There's others. Another instance is Backpage and all the other free classified ad sites. If you use the same templates that everybody else is using, then it's no wonder your ads are not getting you any results. You've got to learn how to capture your visitor's attention. With your headline, you've got to capture their interest and make them follow your call to action. One of the things that hurts your success is when you have tens of thousands of people all on Craigslist and Backpage and free classifieds all posting the same crappy ad templates and using the same capture pages everyone else is using. Another thing that's hurting your success is expecting to get big results. It's not going to happen, Freckles. If you don't put out big efforts, you're not going to get big results. So when people ask me, is such and such saturated? The answer is no, not even close. But places where you advertise to get traffic and find leads may very well be saturated. About every month to 6 weeks or so, it seems a new company launches with claims to have the best training system that will get you hundreds and thousands of leads and lots of sales every day. But upon inspection of their training, you find another list of free advertising resources that start with places like Craigslist and Backpage. Not saying anything is wrong with advertising at those places and that you won't get sales from them. But if you want big results, such as making $500 to $1,000 per day, every day, consistently, then you need to do something different than all the rest of the turkeys that are advertising at those traffic sources are doing. You need to become a lot more savvy than the average bear, because this industry is indeed oversaturated with average people who have absolutely no idea what the hell they're doing. Average won't cut it, cupcake. You've got to learn how to become super. You can't be normal or average in this business. You've got to be great. You can't be average. Average is what they're teaching your kids in school, and that's why they're not prepared to deal with the real world when they leave the nest. Take people like Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, Grant Cardone, Vic Strazaus, Carl Willis, Robert Mercado, Donald Trump, Peter Holt, Willie Crawford, Jack Bastide, just to name a few. They're not average. They're above average, and they know how to stand head and shoulders above the rest of the turkeys in the industry and soar like eagles. There's a lot more names out there, but these are just a few. Those who are all in with their businesses, not halfway, not half-ass, but all in, and actively implementing all the training, are creating extraordinary results for their businesses and for their family's security. You can too, no matter what business you're in. If you just stop doing what 99% of your competitors are doing, the solution is not to go crazy with paid advertising, but use laser-targeted advertising. Laser-targeted paid advertising. And grabbing those two key elements in any lead acquisition project I'm always hammering about. Name and email. That's it. If you don't get the prospect's name and email address into your autoresponder, you're screwed, Clementine. There are people in a variety of business ventures named in previous pages that are earning multiple 5- and 6-figure incomes without doing any paid advertising. Some are earning 7- and 8 figures using paid advertising, but they all had to start small like everybody else. Everybody has to start at zero. Starting off small with free advertising can be a pain in the ass, I know. But everybody has to start somewhere. Then you work your way up to using low-cost advertising as long as it produces results. Split test, run tests and results, run campaigns. When you save up a few $100s and you can run some test ad campaigns, then you can move up to some of the higher traffic networks and run some paid campaigns. But you need to go through the learning curve just like everybody else. Some learn faster than others, and some don't learn at all. It all depends on how much time and effort you're willing to invest into yourself and your business. If you're looking to learn how to beat your competition and dominate your market, get tons of leads and sales in any business without using some super duper system or 3-click magic software, connect with me on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, and let's talk. If you want to earn millions of dollars, then you find some really big problems and create some really big solutions. Get on the webinars with us and learn, or peck the ground for crumbs with the rest of the turkey's cupcake.